So, what's up? Out here with a BMX bike in the middle of Oregon. Beautiful day. It's absolutely stunning. Sunny day. It's been a minute. So, anyway, yeah, why I'm out here recording when I could just be enjoying the view is, well, I don't know. Has to do something with, what am I yapping about? Yeah, I don't know. Trying to just get comfortable behind talking to a camera, talking to myself, all that. Enjoying the day. The BMX bike, walking through the woods. Yeah, some a little out of the ordinary, I guess. But yeah, getting used to talking behind a camera, I think, is a great skill these days. Especially just looking at business in general, you kind of need it. Being personable behind a camera. Yeah, just not being afraid to do it. Just yeah, because yeah, having some sort of, I guess, log of your ideas, just putting them on paper, or in this case on a camera, just kind of letting it free flow, instead of just holding it in, having just some sort of document to look back on. Yeah, creatively, business wise, it's great. Personal brand. Yeah. It sounds so stupid talking to a camera, but hey. Yeah, anyway. Oh, look at these flowers. God. Oregon's such an awesome state. If you have not been out here, definitely do that. Especially during spring, summer. Pretty prime location in the world, I feel like. You just have sun on your back. Air's really clean. Yeah, what else can I say? It's some really peak nature out here. A lot of greenery, because during the winters, man, it is rainy. At least compared to California. But yeah, I don't know. It's gotta love it. Anyway, I guess what I was supposed to talk about today, or planned on talking about today, was freedom. Freedom's pretty fucking cool. Especially, I don't know, that's at least what America's supposed to be about, right? Like, freedom, fuck yeah. Yeah, America, fuck yeah. Oh, you're riding a fucking BMX bike in the fields. Yeah. On. I don't know. Yeah, freedom is something. Being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Feel however you want, whenever you want. See what you want, when you want. That's something that not a lot of people have, or at least they don't realize they have it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like freedom is more of a mindset than anything. It's kind of just a refusal to be trapped by anything. I feel like you need to be something that you're not, but at the same time being able to change when you want to change. Yeah, not, I don't know. I don't know, it's something to think about for sure. I don't know, yeah. Not looking to be anything else is also a form of freedom, I'd say. Just kind of accepting, or being able to accept, like, I don't know, because you can't change everything, right? Like, you can't change your appearance, you can't change, like, or I guess you can to an extent, but is that real freedom? It's like, you really have to change your appearance or all these things. Like, there's like a limit to the freedom that you have, I guess. You know, you technically could change, you could do all these things, but like, is that out of like a inability to accept what I don't know if you want to say like God has given you, you know? Like, yeah, there is a level to freedom, I guess, that you do and don't have as a human. I don't know, man. Talking to a camera's a little weird, isn't it? But yeah, maybe I'm not. It's kind of a hard point to argue. Or I don't know if my thinking is the most clear on this, but that's why I'm talking into a camera, right? So yeah, you just don't want to be negative. Like, never really allow negativity in your life, like negative people, negative information. I mean, that's kind of sounds like really naive and just not considerate of like actually bad things that happen in your life, like a family member dying or whatever. Oh, I'm just gonna ignore it and cope. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like just like unnecessary things that aren't like central to your life, that don't like affect you really, and that shouldn't affect you. It's just not gonna lead to the best performance of yourself, you know. It's just gonna add to the negative load that you have on yourself, and it's gonna weigh you down in your decision making, in your day-to-day, like how you interact with people. You're gonna have that, like, you're just not gonna be able to be like as kind, as friendly to somebody. You're gonna maybe make their day a little bit worse because you had a bad day, and it's gonna have that negative ripple effect. And ultimately, like positive things are things that like bring people together. They increase like quality of living for others. They're generative. But if you're like in a negative state all the time, you're just gonna, let's go. Yeah, you're just gonna end up, I don't want to say being a burden, but you're gonna have a burden on yourself, and that's gonna transfer to others. Oh yeah, that's cool. There's a little farm down there. I didn't know that. But yeah, I feel like I'm losing my train of thought here. Maybe calling it out is like affirming that it's the case that I'm losing my train of thought. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I like to just be observant of like my internal state a lot of the times, like the way I'm thinking, like the different patterns I have. I think it's a good practice just to kind of be able to like untie those knots, so to speak, like within yourself, you know. Like you find yourself like getting into like negative loops or positive loops, being able to ride that wave in either direction. It's kind of a thing. Like, you know, upward spirals, downward spirals. You know, you're gonna have like these ups and downs, but being able to kind of turn around those negative slopes and turning them into something positive is a real superpower, I feel. Especially if you're involved in any sort of creative work, whether that be like art, business, just like whatever you do, it has like some form of creative element, unless you're doing like accounting or something. But I don't know, even then there's definitely some creative elements to that, and just like in your workflows and whatever. I'm just trying to think of like some examples, but yeah, like with habits, like you notice, like if you let's say you have like just like an addiction or something, right? Like say like you're an alcoholic, right? That's not a positive thing. That's like something that's actively damaging you. So you're ingesting poison, right? So the more you drink, the more you want to drink, and it just damages your body. But let's say you get addicted to like exercise, right? Then you're gonna go out and better yourself as much as possible. You're gonna probably have like, there's so many benefits to exercise. I don't really want to get into it right now, but it's more so just about like the different mindsets that you, or I just want to talk more about the different mindsets that you embody when you go out and do these things. But wow, look at this forest. I didn't know this was like right next to my place. That's why Oregon is fucking sick. Get out to Oregon, guys. There's no reason you shouldn't. It's a sick ass place, especially during the winters and summers. Alright, not winters, fuck, springs and summers. And fall's even nice too. I don't even know, man. It's a really nice state. There's really no downside, except for maybe like higher income tax, but no sales tax, okay? So, I don't know, maybe don't work here, but have a place here, I don't know. I don't have that much income yet, but I'm working on it. Starting a marketing agency, working on getting clients. I'm confident in the fact that I can perform. Like, I've done it for myself. I just feel that leveraging my skill set on somebody else's business is a great way to have really rapid growth, especially since I don't have too much capital. Like, I just have skills. I just don't have, again, no capital, or very little capital that I'm basically just using to survive right now. But I have all these different skill sets that can bring a lot of revenue to people. But I also just don't want to work for somebody, really. Like, ideally, I'd be my own boss, like have my own time, so I can go out and hike like this and still be getting paid, you know? Like, just really enjoying life at all times, you know? And that's another thing when it comes to freedom, you know? Like, we live in a time right now where you can actually do something like that. Like, I'm literally holding like a few grams in my hand of telephone and walking in the forest, and this is considered work to a lot of people, you know? Like, this is creating a personal brand, becoming recognizable. It's an insane, dude, I need to come out here more. I did not know this was near my place. This is absolutely incredible. Like, but yeah, you know, there's all these systems that are in place right now that allow you to do things like this and get paid for it. And it's kind of crazy, you know? Like, people look at all these negative aspects of the world, but then forget about like all the good things that we have right now too, you know? Like, this would not be possible like 20, 30 years ago. Like, definitely not. Nobody was nobody was doing this because you couldn't. Nobody was watching content. Nobody was doing anything like that. And I don't know, like, there's media addiction too, you know? Yeah, I'm really scattered, but hopefully somebody can take something good out of this. But yeah, media addiction, that's a thing. It's like, are you really spending your time doing what you want to do, living the life you want to live, or are you living vicariously through somebody else? Or like watching movies, TV, and just wishing that life was yours instead of going out and taking it, you know? Like, if you're not in shape and you want to be in shape, there's a solution to that, right? Like, go out and work out. I mean, yeah, there's going to be always the edge exception of like, I have like this chronic illness that prevents me from doing so, and I just can't do it. But that's not necessarily true either. Like, you can still go out, you can do things. Like, there's a lot of, you still need to exercise, like, no matter how chronically ill you are. Just take it easy, man. Like, it's possible to get out, you know? I believe that this world's good enough to let you do that. And even if you can't, like, you're wheelchair bound or something, you can still get out here. Like, maybe you don't have like the latest wheelchair tech or whatever yet, but like, I sound like such a fucking ignorant prick right now. But yeah, but like, you can get these things, right? Like, You can work online. You can build the skill set to get you paid enough so you can get that wheelchair to get you out here. It sounds so out of pocket, but it's true. Like, you can be in any position that you are right now, like physically, and get what you want to an extent, right? Like, it might not look exactly how you want it to look, or it be exactly how you want it to be, but you can get the end result, right? Like, maybe you won't be 6'4", and maybe you won't do all these things. Like, yeah, you could get bone extension surgeries, but that leads to like so many other issues. So just be content where you're at, but still be hungry and still be striving for the best possible outcome. Because yeah, you are given certain cards, and you're only able to play them so well, or you can play them as well as you can, you know. But yeah, you only have those cards, so do the best with what you can, and you'll have a great life. And hey, if you don't get the outcome, you can't say you didn't try. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's really what you're aiming for. Just give it your best shot and be able to live without those regrets. And yeah, I think that's fulfillment, you know, spiritual fulfillment, like taking on the journey. And you know, people, you know, the saying, like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's really true, because look right now, like, this is an amazing journey. This is a great thing, and you got to be grateful for that, you know. So yeah, I don't know though. I didn't really make a great case for being out in the country, but I will say, however superstitious you are or not, I feel like there is something about like the energy of being in nature, you know. It does recharge you a bit. You see all these plants, like the air's fresh. There's probably something to that, like better oxygen quality or whatever. Maybe some chemicals that the plants release are better for you. But if nothing else, it's just pretty, man. Like, the light reflecting off everything is nice. It's like a spiritual recharge, you know. You see all this beauty and you're like, wow, all right, the world isn't so bad after all. That's another thing, man, is like surrounding yourself with negativity, or like watching the news, for example. You just like taking so much like negative talk, negative self-talk. You see all these bad things happening out there, and it really just, it puts you in a, yeah, it just puts you in a negative state. And being negative, being like, oh, the world's gonna end, like, it puts you in like a survival state. Like, I have to do X, Y, and Z to survive. And but that's it's true to an extent, right? But at the same time, like, things are a little more durable than you think. And being in that negative state all the time is gonna really just take you down, and you're not gonna be able to perform your best, because you're not grateful, you're not like filled, you don't feel I don't know, it's not about feeling, right? You kind of have to ignore your feelings a lot of times, but at the same time, if you're able to be in like a grateful state, you're gonna be able to see how great things are, and you're gonna be able to reflect that goodness into your work, and your relationships, into your life. You're going to be able to have like a more optimistic outlook, and that's just going to give you so much better energy than if you were to be negative all the time, constantly kept up with everything. And in reality, like, your scope of being is just not, you're not going to be able to affect a lot of these things that happen in the news, unless you're like a high leverage person, like you have massive businesses that can actually change something, or you're able to like lobby politically and actually change these things that you care about. And there's literally no point for you to be looking at the news, because it's just another distraction. Like, it's gonna throw you to the side of it's just a waste. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. Like you're looking at all these media outlets. They're telling you a certain thing, and that's meant to just like keep your attention for a long time, just because of whatever they want engagement, they want money. But I guess another thing while I'm doing this is like trying to get over like fear of rejection and whatnot. Like that's one thing. Another thing about freedom is like a lot of the limits that you place on yourself are self-imposed. You know, like for example, like social anxiety. Like you go into a scenario, you're like, oh, I have social anxiety. You identify with that, and it holds you back from like being free in the situation, like talking to who you want to talk to, talking about what you want to talk about, all these things, like kind of, I don't know, being yourself, to so to say. It's like you have all these negative identities or whatnot, and yeah, talking in public, riding a BMX bike, looking like a crazy person is one way to get over a fear of rejection, or I guess social, I don't even know. I just feel like some sort of like tension to doing it in the first place, which is kind of odd. Like I'm not hurting anybody, I'm being somewhat creative, I guess, you know. But even then, it's like, I guess fear of just doing something new, getting in the habit of doing it. And yeah, I don't know, another thing, like I feel like I'm gonna look weird on camera. I don't think I look too weird on camera. Like even then, it's like weird egotistical, like narcissism and whatnot. It's like, it's just weird. It's just really weird. I don't know why. Like speaking into a camera has so much resistance to it, and it's all just like thinking of it as like something out of the ordinary. Or I guess it is something out of the ordinary. I don't do this too often, but I'm trying to get into the routine habit of doing it because I like being outside. I like enjoying nature, but oftentimes I feel like I'm kind of being unproductive out here, like not creative, not generating anything. So having something to say, oh yeah, I did that, or I don't know, I tried, is something good. But yeah, again, like overcoming like internal tensions is a form of freedom, I say. You know, like you expand your scope, so to speak, like of what you can do or what you think you can do, you know. So like constantly pushing that limit's kind of a liberating thing in a lot of ways. And I think that's what a lot of this self-improvement stuff really is like it's a search for freedom. But and you know how like people say like seek within to find the freedom or whatever. It kind of is true, you know. You have to like find the tensions inside of yourself and be able to kind of overcome those to be the best version of yourself. And to do that, you kind of have to know yourself in a sense, like, oh, what parts would I like to be better in? What things could I improve on? And improve on, I guess, or like what's the ideal version of myself? Because you're not gonna find that from like doing all these other things, really. If you're not gonna really, I mean you can, right? Like going and doing business, seeking money and all that. Like that's definitely what I'm aiming for too. Like, right? Like I like business. I think it's great. You can have a lot of things that are good to it, you know, like it develops you as a character, going through all these challenges, whatnot, to seek profit. But ultimately, is that what you're really looking for? Is like, are you looking for the money, or what are you looking for? You know, like what does money give you? It's like financial freedom. I know a lot of people think about that, me included. But it's like, why do you want financial freedom? And a lot of people can't identify that. Like I'll talk to all these like entrepreneurs, all these like these business owners, and yeah, it's like one, survival, you know, like having like a sustainable tree to pick from, I guess, so to speak. And absolutely, like being able to do what you want, and yeah, be able to pay for it, you know, like saves you a lot of time and energy instead of like going out hunting and gathering and kind of being in the survival state all the time. So you do need money to escape like the survival state and like be creative, be generative in any sense, instead of like kind of going out and trying to take all the time, you know, because there's like a limit to the amount you can take, right, without generating anything. Like if you don't create systems for yourself to succeed, you're not gonna be able to like leverage that platform to get success. You're just gonna be you're gonna just be like taking whatever is like directly in front of you, and that's just not sustainable. You're gonna get old. You're not gonna have the energy. You're gonna get sick or something, and you're not gonna have anything that like works for itself. You know, you're not gonna have like that investment, and that can lead to some ugly scenarios for sure. But yeah, I don't know, getting a little more comfortable talking to the camera already. It's only been like 15 minutes, but it's kind of liberating in a sense, you know. It's like, okay, I didn't think I was going to be able to speak coherently for an extended period of time, or I'm going to be like super judgmental of like the mistakes I've made. Like for example, right there, I just had a voice crack. I'm not going to edit that out because it's whatever. It's like the authentic experience. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm a little more coherent than I thought I'd be. Still a little bit scattered, but then again, I'm just ranting, walking in a field. But look at this. Wonderful day today. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, get out of the cities, man. Like, really. It's not... Yeah, you have, like, a lot more stuff to do, quote unquote. But, I don't know, you feel, like, kind of trapped. Just, like, the way that they're set up is, like, meant to keep you trapped into your routine. You go into the same spot every day, getting your coffee, whatever. Yeah, it's, like, super convenient and whatnot. But, yeah. I don't know. I just realized that a lot of these videos that I'm going to make are going to end up being really redundant. Because, yeah, I have like 3 original ideas, and even then they're probably derivative of something. So, yeah. I think I'm just going to have to be okay with that. Just being able to go out, make the video, post it, not really give a shit about how it does. I don't really care how it does. I don't think that's the point of this. It's just mainly to improve, right? So, yeah, I don't think I want to have these be edited, really. Maybe just like take out some blank space, whatever. But I don't want them to be like scripted. I don't want anything along those lines. I think that it takes away from the authenticity of doing something like that. Yeah, so I just came across this bridge right here. It's kind of a nice spot to hang out. Little river going on here. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Like, I think I spoke on freedom a decent amount. Maybe not the most clearly or concisely, but definitely not the most concisely. I think it's been like 20 minutes at this point of me yapping into the camera. But, you know, it's again about the process, you know. I'm not going to be perfect at this off rip. I'm not going to be coherent, super coherent at least. I don't have a script, and it's not the point. And yeah, just being satisfied with each step you're at on the journey, I think is a great thing, you know. Like, even right now, I'm not perfect, but it's like the striving for perfection, you know. I heard this quote that was strive for perfection but be satisfied with excellence, and I think that's or settle for excellence. Or strive for perfection, settle for excellence. I like that, because yeah, you're never going to be perfect, and as long as you reach out there, you might become excellent, great, You know, you never know, but you won't know if you'll never get to excellent if you never try. So I don't know, man. This is all I think about. It's just self improvement. Not gonna lie, it's just kind of, I don't know. That's not all I think about, but it's definitely a large point. Large percentage of the thoughts that go through my head is like, how can I be better? You know, and it's not like I'm dissatisfied with life in any way. I'd say it's just I feel like there's more, you know, and that striving just kind of gives me something to do, because otherwise I could just work a 9 to 5 job, be happy, smoke some weed, chill out, you know, live a really easy life, whatever, never reach. But I don't know, that's kind of boring, man. It's kind of boring, you know. I don't What if I want to travel? What if I want to go somewhere else, man? What if I want to get out of my hometown? What if I want to not be relying on my parents for whatever, you know? Be an individual. I don't know. Have a cute girlfriend. Travel the world. Meet interesting people. Have cool connections. Help others, you know? Like fulfill like higher purpose. Like what about that, you know? I feel like that would make life a lot more interesting. All right, I just deleted like 3 hours worth of footage off my phone. I guess that's gonna be an issue. But I don't know why. I'm only recording a couple minutes, and deleted an hour and a half video podcast off my phone, and this shit's more heavy than that. So I don't get that. But hey, where's I going with this? Yeah, that's another thing I'm gonna have to think about. It's like my recording flow for these videos, you know. It's like I kind of want to do them outside hiking, like having the movement forward, just like for whatever reason, kind of gets me in a state where I can flow better. Just having like change of scenery. I don't like sitting still a lot. I think it kind of keeps me stagnant, like physically and mentally. I don't know what it is. Probably something in the old head, you know. And does like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's funny riding the kids' bike through the forest. I see all these people coming up here with like mountain bikes and all that, and I'm just sitting here on this little kid's bike, and they're like, how the fuck did they get up here? But yeah, I'm just walking, recording and riding at the same time. That sucks. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Could be a good investment of my time to do stuff like this. Definitely helps me get my ideas out there. Sometimes, like writing, it's a little too slow. I'm a little too scatterbrained a lot of the times. Definitely, you can see that in the way I'm speaking right now. But yeah, like writing, it's a little too slow. I mean, yeah, like quality of the work, it lets me focus and like really put it into words. But at the same time, like I'm also trying to grow a personal brand. I'm trying to, yeah, just become more coherent. And I think at least like being able to vocalize a lot of my ideas is great for that, especially like when it comes to having a conversation with somebody, being able to like hold the train of thought for more than 30 seconds and not like jump all over the place. It's great. I think this is a good practice for that. Yeah, again, like I think it's great to just like cognitively assess like where you're at mentally, like your thought process, just like really understand and like focus in on like different things that like little quirks that you have and whatnot. So yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna ride the bike through the forest. maybe just looks so decent on camera, who knows. Definitely feels goofy, moves up to the chest. But yeah, these videos are gonna look a lot the same. And probably have my ass just yapping on the camera like this. Minimal editing keeps the authenticity. Yeah, I think that's another thing that people value is authenticity, especially on the internet, you know, like all these like super curated videos that come through and they're just the same thing over and over. Really, like you see 1,000 of these, the guys have like no personality. Nobody really cares about the character on the television screen. And you really shouldn't care about what I have to think that much. Maybe there's something good in here, but yeah.